Good morning, St. Croix family. Great to be at the end of the week, a Friday, learning from God's Word on the theme that we've had for this week. Today, our chapel theme is The God Who Leads, which is centered around the theme for the week, the God of Moses. During this week, we've been able to see through the life of Moses the God who protects, the great I am at the burning bush, the God who answers the what ifs, the God who delivers, and today, the God who leads. Let's get into the Word. Leading up to this section of Scripture, Pharaoh has resisted Moses and resisted God, but after the last plague, he decides to let the Israelites go. So with the blessing of Pharaoh, the Israelites leave Egypt. They've waited hundreds of years and then waited through all the plagues before the Pharaoh gave in. But God knows what he's doing, and as he tells Moses, he is preparing Pharaoh to let the children of Israel go and to show the people of Egypt who the true God is. Let's see another example of how God leads with a plan that shows that he knows what is best. As you read this, you see God, the all-knowing God, sending the Israelites out on a route that will protect them from themselves. And yet, they were getting ready for battle. God knows what's best, but as we'll see, the Israelites still did not trust him. The Israelites had seen God's power at work in Egypt, and yet gave in to despair when they saw the Egyptians coming. And I can relate. I've been at this school thing for most of my life. Like you, I started school when I was 5, and when I graduated college, I began teaching and being a principal. I've done that for 42 years, but I can tell you I've never seen a year like this one. And it's so easy to say, "What in the world are you doing, God?" Even though I can tell you so many stories of how he worked miracles in my life and in the life of St. Croix Lutheran Academy, I fall into the trap of not seeing how God is leading and trusting in his wisdom and power. As you read this to yourself, you'll notice that Moses tells the Israelites, "Don't be afraid." But the Lord wants him to put his faith into action with the Israelites behind him. It's like he's saying to Moses, "Get your butt in gear and get my people going." And God gives the command, but he follows it with a promise that he will be victorious and the Israelites will be safe. Many of you know how the story ends. The Israelites escape safely, and Pharaoh's army is defeated. But this is more than a story. It's history. It's our Lord showing the Israelites and us that he leads us safely through whatever troubles and dangers we may have. Let's read the rest of the lesson.
The Egyptians will know that I am the Lord when I gain glory through Pharaoh, his chariots, and his horsemen. Then the angel of God, who had been traveling in front of Israel's army, withdrew and went behind them. The pillar of cloud also moved from in front and stood behind them, coming between the armies of Egypt and Israel. Throughout the night the cloud brought darkness to the one side and light to the other side, so neither went near the other all night long. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and all that night the Lord drove the sea back with a strong east wind, and turned it into dry land. The waters were divided, and the Israelites went through the sea on dry ground, with a wall of water on their right and on their left. The Egyptians pursued them, and all Pharaoh's horses and chariots and horsemen followed them into the sea. During the last watch of the night the Lord looked down from the pillar of fire and cloud at the Egyptian army and threw it into confusion. He jammed the wheels of their chariots so that they had difficulty driving. And the Egyptians said, "Let's get away from the Israelites. The Lord is fighting for them against Egypt." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand over the sea, so that the waters may flow back over the Egyptians and their chariots and horsemen." Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and at daybreak the sea went back to its place. The Egyptians were fleeing toward it, and the Lord swept them into the sea. The water flowed back and covered the chariots and horsemen, the entire army of Pharaoh that had followed the Israelites into the sea. Not one of them survived. But the Israelites went through the sea on dry ground, with a wall of water on their right and on their left. That day the Lord saved Israel from the hands of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians lying dead on the shore. And when the Israelites saw the mighty hand of the Lord displayed against the Egyptians, the people feared the Lord and put their trust in him and in Moses his servant.
And it's my prayer for myself that my memory will be longer as I think about how many times that the Lord has shown his leadership to me. And it's my prayer that my faith will grow stronger to trust in our God. And that's my prayer for you. You have a God who leads you, who takes care of you, and who has a better plan for your life than you can ever imagine. We will close with the song Oceans. Brian Tran's going to sing it for us, and Miss Strecker's going to play the piano.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where fear may fall, and there I find you in the mystery. And oceans deep, my faith will stand, and I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When the oceans rise, my soul rests in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters, your sovereign will be my God. What fear may fail and fears around me, you never fail, and you won't start now. And I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul rests in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. Oh, Lord, Spirit, lead me where my trust is without border. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith with me be stronger in the presence of my Savior. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When the oceans rise and my soul rests in your embrace, I